So speaking of taking the cheap way out, CJ, how'd that go for booking a cheap hotel room in Florida?
What do you mean the cheap way out?
That's exactly what I mean. Taking the cheap way out of booking the cheapest hotel on the beach.
Oh, well, first off, I thought we were staying on the beach, and it was not a cheap hotel. It was still very expensive, but it was just cheaper than where Ken was staying, and supposedly Ryan was going to stay there too.
I kind of feel bad about this because
He
I feel
told
like
me-
I misled you.
You said this is where we're staying. I didn't look in any further. I said, great, we'll stay there too, because then Alex and Alondra are at least close by. They can hang out, whatever. Ryan ends up not staying there. So we show up and we're staying at this hotel. And honestly, I never went on vacations. I only went on one vacation growing up. We
I
went
never
to
did
Disney
either.
World. We only went to Disney World. And then the only time I've ever really traveled around and seen stuff or gone different places was filming with us, you know?
Yeah.
And Ken books all the hotels. I don't really care. We stay in shitty ones. We stay in nice ones. I just show up.
Yeah.
I don't. I
show
don't.
up, I sleep.
I really don't care. In my mind,
Usually you kind of deal with it because it's like, well, Ken booked it, and clearly Ken ain't booking us.
but
us
very
the
rarely
worst
do we.
options.
Very rarely do we ever even care. I mean,
No, exactly. But usually we're just like, yeah, we're just here to film.
Yeah, we're here.
So anyways,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be this big vacation. I thought we were staying at a resort on the beach, as it was on the beach, and in my opinion, it was expensive.
Yeah.
Well, we show up, and also I need to preface one more thing. My girlfriend traveled around, done a lot of very nice vacations. Same with Ben's,
Yes.
and he dealt with kind of the same thing that I'm going to be talking about. Anyways, we show up, we check in the hotel. I could kind of tell, she was looking around at first.
Where's
and I'm
the rest?
checking in,
Where's the rest?
and then we go and go to the room, and I was looking at the pictures. I didn't think the pictures were that bad. I thought it was fine, but I mean, I will say they misled on the pictures. It was probably built in the 60s, the hotel, and it's on the beach, so you'd think it's a fucking beach hotel. It's gotta be nice.
Yep.
But it just maybe hadn't been very updated since then.
Yep.
So we go walking over, and I'm like, well, at least we're going to be in this courtyard. There's a pool and stuff. We're on the backside.
Okay.
We're on the backside. We got to walk through this dark little tunnel to get to our room. And it's on the backside, motel style. There's cars parked out in front of our door. There's kind of just some grimier people sitting outside, maybe walking by. And I open up the door, we get in, and I'm like, okay, it's not great. I wasn't happy about it, but also I wasn't whatever, or I wasn't mad.
You were the one that booked it, so you're dealing with the cards then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
And then
right.
I could just tell immediately from my girlfriend's face, she was not pleased.
Uh-huh.
She was not pleased. And I was like,
Not a good way to
crap.
start out a vacation.
I'm looking around. She wasn't very happy, whatever. And we end up going and meeting up with Ryan and Alondra later on. And you could just tell she was not very happy about the room.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say
But
it wasn't.
you really weren't either. Let's say
I really wasn't. But so if it was just me staying there, I would have just wrote it out.
Yep.
I would have just whatever. But being that she was with me and I wanted her to have a good time, it was a problem now.
Mm-hmm.
And also it's it was kind of sketchy in the fact that I couldn't be maybe out on the beach be yeah, you need to go back to the room,
true.
go ahead. I couldn't just send her on her own, which almost ruined my time too. So we have to go through this whole fiasco of changing the room. She wanted a new room and I was like, okay, yeah, so got to get out of the room. Can't get out of the room. Already paid for it. It's through the airline, yada, yada. It's $1,700 or maybe more. I don't even fucking know. And the people are just being douchebags to me. I'm I went down. I'm trying to solve this. I'm like, yo, can we get out of this room? Can we get a refund? They did not want to work with us. And moral of the story is, end up booking the hotel next door that Ben and his girlfriend were staying at.
Didn't cheap out. It was still,
well,
kind of a,
you were the
Hey,
medium.
it was still a shithole.
If you ask your girlfriend and my girlfriend, maybe we still cheaped out.
Well, the issue is you're spending $450 a night
Yeah.
For a
For-
shitty
for a
hotel.
have
shitty
to
hotel.
fucking- do you
and
have
I'm
to-
like, okay, $450 a night,
Be realistic
or $800 a
Yeah,
night to
fuck
stay
that.
at where Ken was staying.
Well,
I
see,
paid $350
when we
a night
walked
for my
in.
Well,
room.
Ken's working is at all of his angles with his 15 different fucking credit cards, and he's getting all these discounts and these kickbacks. I don't have those, and I don't know how you get these deals on these hotels, Ken. But
You have the exact same access to stuff I do. You have the exact same credit card.
okay, well, I didn't get those deals.
Yeah, so
I didn't
moral
find.
story.
Maybe I just didn't find those deals, and I wasn't down to spend $800.
Well, I should have just paid that because I ended up probably doing that because I'm still waiting on the refund from these fucking cheapskates.
Oh,
over there.
really?
Dude, con
1700?
artists.
Over at Allegiant.
So I go to the one next
Probably
door,
won't be going
and I was
back.
like, "Fuck," because we walked in that one. She goes, "I thought we were staying at the one Ken was staying." At.
Oh.
I was like, "God damn it!"
That
I
was
said, "Well,
never
how
in the
about
cards,
this
baby.
one? How about this one?" And you know, she was fine with it.
Dude.
And we stay in this room. We basically end up switching 3 rooms in the course of 7 days. 2 of them were in the same hotel because we got put next to the bar, which was super loud. I thought it'd be nice to be next to the bar. She didn't like that. So we went to the other side. I'm not trying to say Alex was being difficult because realistically, it was. I think any of the girlfriends would have thought the first place
Yeah.
wasn't right, and it wasn't even a matter of it being shitty. For me, the changing point was just like it wasn't really safe, and I couldn't just have her go back by herself. It's like you can't just have this cute little blonde girl walking around by herself, type of thing.
When me and Greta got into our hotel room, I knew immediately how it was gonna go. Like before we even got, I saw the outside of the hotel, and I was like, "Oh boy!" and the whole time I'm like checking in, and Greta's kind of looking around. and shit,
you
know?
already felt it.
You
Like
know, I
on
could
the
feel
back.
it, and we're like walking in, and I like put my key in, open the door, and I'm like, "Holy shit, this is nice!"
Yeah, I did that too when
This
we went
is
in. I said,
nice.
now this is nice, isn't it, baby?
I'm
Look
like,
at this.
I'm like looking
So
at like the
just
couch. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't even know we got a couch. And I'm like taking my
did
phone
the
out,
same
filming
thing.
it. I'm like, well, I can't wait to
I
show the
did
boys
the
this
same
room.
Oh,
thing.
wait.
I
And
was
Greta's
trying to
just
make it. I was hyping it up.
I don't think he was though, or were you? That'd be so much funnier if you weren't hyping it up. You were just like, decent place.
I actually thought it was pretty
Yeah.
decent,
It
but
was
I
decent.
knew that Greta was kind of leaning
was-
the other way, so I was really leaning the
I
other way.
thought it was decent too. I was just trying to upsell it and really
Yeah.
persuade her. And they're like, look at
Yeah.
I'm like
Nice.
going in the bathroom. I'm like, shish,
Big shower.
nice. Taking videos of the whole thing. Oh, I can't wait to flex on the boys with this one.
I
Greta's
just love it. It's like a
"Really?"
blatant. It's almost like a blatant lie. Yeah, she's like, "Are you seeing the same thing I'm seeing?"
I don't see why hotel rooms really matter. I don't know. It's just like you just go there and you just sleep in them anyways. As long as it's safe, which I agree. First one wasn't safe. And also the first one, when you close the fucking door, you'd see the light coming around the fucking edges of the door. It was just like open, like wind blowing. It was pretty shitty, dude.
You know what
was
it is?
supposed to be
This is what it is.
Nice vacation.
This
and
is
we
what it
cheaped
was.
out apparently.
No, it was the Vegas trip. Ken got us the bougiest hotel, the bougiest rooms in the Vegas trip. And then we go on this one with our girlfriends, and then we put them in just a dump. And they're like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like that came up multiple
Shit
times.
was expensive,
It was
dude.
and I was like,
spend 2
hold
nights there.
up.
It's damn near the mortgage of my house.
Yeah, dude. But I was like, hold up. Ken booked the Vegas trip on the company card, and I had no say in it. And they're like, well,
Oh, so this was actually.
And
a
honestly,
conversation.
I bet
I had it
that
with your
Vegas
girlfriend,
hotel
too.
was not much more expensive than those
Than the
hotel
beach.
rooms.
I
Those
was
were
over-
very expensive hotel rooms, and I believe that Florida's really living off of that. Love Florida, really do. But they're just living off of being shitty. But people just love going there because it's in America and there isn't a cartel war going on. And so they just charge a ton of money for a crappy place. You
That's
go to
where I was
Cancun
just
for
seeing.
like $200 a night, all inclusive. You got to fly to Cancun though.
yeah,
You're
it's
spending
a
that much
risk.
money on a hotel room. You'd think it would be fucking nice.
I agree.
So
Or
I
at least-
didn't bother like digging in. I was like, we're staying here. It's right next door to Ken's.
See, what I did was
Ryan
I
and
looked at the
Alondra said
hotel
Well,
reviews.
you're the travel agent, Ken. So from
I
now
looked at the
on,
pictures.
I
Yeah,
booked one hotel in my whole life. One hotel I've ever booked. And it was, I mean, the whole thing was a disaster. I was constantly having to switch rooms. It was just fucking.
I felt bad. I was so excited. We're sitting on the beach, and you guys took a long time. We're like, "Oh, great! They must be
They'll be
having
out soon.
fun," you know, all that. And you guys come. I could see instantly. CJ's face was like thinking. He's like, "How am I gonna fix this?" Like that's
Yeah,
what you were.
I- well, yeah,
you
I
weren't
showed
mad.
up,
You
I was
weren't doing
ready to-
nothing like that. But you were like, "I am gonna fix this. I'm gonna do my job and fix it." And I was like, "Ooh, something's going on."
Yeah, I did. I fixed it.
Dude,
And you
that's
did.